Well, here we are in the goat shed this morning. It's Friday, March 11th, 2022. It's going to be around about 24 degree maximum today, and it's currently about 19 degrees. So today we're going to be working on a Mibs machine from 1969 by Gottlieb. We've already done all the preparation, cleaning, done all the mechs and everything. Now we're just going through the troubleshooting. Now, one of the things that we discovered was that the alternating relay was buzzing badly when it was engaged. So we've pulled the armature out of that, or armature plate I should say, and it's quite badly indented. So we're going to give that a Dremel now to clean that up. And this is the procedure that we use to do that, if you haven't seen it. Now, you can do this on any buzzing relay. It's not necessarily 100% going to fix it, but there's a fair percentage chance that it will. And we'll show you how we do that. And we'll also show you a few other things that we've come across on this particular machine. Now, please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos on fixing electromechanical pinball machines, and like our videos. That would be much appreciated. So let's proceed with this now. So there's the armature plate. We've actually cleaned that all up. Cleaned the plate top and bottom, and there's the indentation in it, as you can see. It's not too bad, but it's not too good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get our Dremel tool, and we've got the 8220. I think you can see that there. Where is it? Dremel 8220 tool, and this is a cordless device. You've got speed control on it, so I've got that set at about medium, and we've got a flapping tool in there. So let me just put on my goggles. Let's start up that Dremel and let's get into that. I like to do this top bit here as well. It's really not necessary to do anything on this side. So as you can see now, we've cleaned that up rather nicely, and that's ready to go back in the machine. There's just a little bit there more. I'm just going to give that one more little hit. I'm just going to increase the speed of the Dremel. Beautiful. So we've done that now, and as you can see, that's nice and smooth, quite warm too from dremeling. Now we'll proceed to put that in the machine in a minute. But first of all, let me just show you what else we've had to do on this machine. Now, when you get a pinball machine, you just don't know what a previous owner's done to the unit. So if we come over here and we have a look, you'll see on the front door, for a start, someone's fitted a switch to it, a push button switch to start a game. This was one of the coin switches had been removed and was actually taped around here with red tape. That looks like that's the coin lockout wiring, and then we've got and they'd actually bent every switch on the front switch there, the credit and slam switch, and we had to chase down what wires were what, you know, and as everyone knows, these wires, colours fade. But what we learnt from the schematic is that anything with a blue and black wire is a tilt wire. Now bear in mind, in a pinball machine, you've got slam switches such as this switch here. Can we see that? That's your slam switch with the weight on it. That's a normally closed switch. We have a disconnected slam switch down here on the motor board. So that's that red and white wire here. Someone's taken the switch and totally removed it. You can see the two holes there just next to the motor. That's gone. And they've disconnected the tilt switch in the back here. Where are we? There's your black and blue wire there. So someone's had a real good go at it. So before we could get the thing running, what we found was that the slam switch on the front door wasn't working. We jumped it out on the plug down there, and it kept on acting like it was having a coin put in it all the time. So what we ended up discovering, and that created a problem where the machine wouldn't start effectively. You had to have a few goes and hold the credit button in to start it. It was very erratic because the start relay wasn't holding on. That's the start relay there. Everything was okay with the relay. But of course, when you read the schematics, things like the slam switches are, or one of them is, effectively part of that circuit. And that's that wire we've got joined there at the moment. We've got to solder those back on to here, which we'll do. And that fixed our problem. And what was causing that problem also was with the coins, there's that switch there. That's a coin switch that I mentioned earlier was taped up. So you've got a bit of fish paper there, and this bit here, that's not fish paper. That one, that's actually the metal bar, and it was touching on that switch there. They were touching together. So that was causing us problems as well. So why people do this is just beyond comprehension. But they do, and you've got to fix it. So we've got this machine up to the point now where it's actually working. There's the alternating relay there out of the game. We've just got the switches taped together there so they don't go anywhere. And yeah, we're going to put that back together now and take the rest of it from there. We've put a new flipper kit in. We put new switches in. The switches, new flipper switches. Had to put two of them on. Now bear in mind those flipper switches they're twin pads, and on the old switches both sides one pad had fallen away. So we've done that. So we'll proceed now and get this alternating relay back. Righto, so moving on, we've reassembled the relay, which is the alternating relay, and that's as quiet as a mouse now. So it's, if I put my finger on that before, it'd buzz loudly and hum and carry on. So simply by dremeling that particular relay's armature plate, let's just let go of that relay now. It's released, as you just saw it come off, and it's back on as you saw it go on, and there's no noise. So that fixed that problem. Now I think I might have pointed out earlier that we have a fuse on the trip bank down there. There it is. When we received the machine, that had foil on it. The fuse was blown. We checked every coil in there by measuring it out with the meter prior to powering the game up, and there was no problem. So I'm not sure what had happened there. Someone had blown the most likely culprit should have been the that coil there, that blew, but that coil is fine. So unless it held in too long, you can see there's wires are being split there, like the lacing's been undone. So someone's had a problem at some stage, which goodness knows what that was. Now moving around to the back of the machine, we were having terrible trouble with the 100-point score reel. Now what we've done, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually, I just had it there a minute ago, where the switch screws onto the switch stack for the end of stroke switch and the frame, it's actually bent. So in other words, this bracket here, this one, seems to be bent. The bottom frame seems okay, and what was happening when that would go in full stroke on the rack, it would slightly bind around about that area there. And we fiddled around with this for a while. We cut the spring and we done a few things. Then we took it out and had a real close look at it and found out that there was a problem there. So we've actually swapped the frame out. You can see now we've got a different one in there in the hundreds, the third one in from the left. Okay, that doesn't matter though, it fixed the machine. So, you know, the problem was that it would be erratic on scoring. Now on the Mibs, a lot of the scoring is for 500 points. And you know, you'd get 300, you might get 400, occasionally you get 500. Now, the situation with that is it can often be, when that occurs, is the hold-on circuit in the machine. So you've got a switch, motor switch 2B, but in this case, motor switch 2B is the hold-on for both the 50-point relay and the 500-point relay. And it was working on the 50-point relay, so that wasn't the problem. It came back to either being a problem here in the 100-point relay, which is the L relay, or something to do with the score reel, and that's what it was. That gave us a bit of trouble, a fair bit of trouble. Just finished replacing that now, so that's good. We've got now, that's the ball unit. It counts the amount of balls that are dropped. Every plug's plugged in there, so it hasn't got the chart. It's only got the high score chart, the point score adjustment chart, not the ball rack chart. So we're just going to fiddle around with that and take some plugs out till it gets more acceptable, because all of a sudden you start getting a lot of replays. All this unit in here, the backing, this is all to do with the ball unit. This thing here, this coil here, drops the balls down. It's a fairly simple unit. We've overhauled all that, so that's going to be good. So yeah, Mibs is well underway now. So that's just a few tips on what we've been doing on a Mibs. We hope you enjoyed this video. I don't think there's anything else I can think of at the moment that we need to show. Just finishing up the Playfield. We've just polished the metal here. Bit of noise in the background, the lawnmower man's here, so we'll finish up quickly. Just starting to put the rubbers on. The biggest problem is we're waiting on brand new posts to come in from the USA. They're coming by FedEx, and the tracking says that they're still in a place called Secaucus. I think it is in New Jersey, I believe. So we've just got to wait for those to turn up. So we hope you enjoyed another video from the Goat Shed. Spanky says this has been another Goat Shed presentation.